Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel. Thanks for logging on. Today we are discussing the IWC Portuguese Regulator reference 5444-05 in titanium, the Sincere High Horology limited edition of 50 pieces from 2006 can be seen and purchased on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full sales listing for this one of 50 Christmas 2006 limited edition, with additional accessories included in the sale, high-resolution images for your desktop, and naturally, complete pricing details for this one of 50 titanium Portuguese regulator. Now, okay, to be fair, it's not necessarily a Christmas watch. It came out in December of 2006 as part of a general holiday promotion by Sincere Watch of Singapore, one of the best known and longest established luxury watch vendors in East Asia. Sincere put on a special production in the tail end of 2006 to bring together some of the best brands in high horology, revered names like Girard-Perregaux, Jaeger-LeCoultre, IWC, and even tiny boutique manufacturer Habring all participated. This is a watch that came about as a result of that partnership between Switzerland and Singapore. Now, the watch on my wrist is easy to wear, but it has the characteristic Portuguese oversized stance. The original oversized watch since 1939, the Portuguese here is set 43 millimeters from 9 to 3, not including the crown, a 43 millimeter case, combining with, truth be told, a fairly slim profile of 12 millimeters with a generously sloped conical bezel that will help the watch to easily clear a sport jacket or suit jacket cuff. Now, from lug to lug, it's delightfully wearable at 51 millimeters with generously downward curved lugs. I can easily wear this watch on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist, and you can see as I move a little farther away from the camera that the stance of the watch is natural and comfortable. All in titanium, the watch is incredibly light. Eyes closed, it feels like it has the heft of a 36 or 37 millimeter steel watch. In terms of lug spacing, for those who dare and wish to go aftermarket strap or accessorize with an OEM IWC strap, it has a 22 millimeter lug spacing. Now, the watch has a large rectangular scale, black, monotone stitch, semi-gloss alligator leather on the top, natural grained black calfskin on the back, and a simple IWC faceted and satin finished titanium pin buckle to match the case. Now, the case is all satin finished. You'll note there are no polished elements. It's a remarkably understated watch with an immense elegance about it in spite of its 43 millimeter case. It's the proportions and the color detailing that really seal the deal and sink the shot. Now, you'll note the lines are quite handsome. There's a horizontal case band that starts at the tip of the lug, runs through the mid case, and then terminates as it dissipates on the opposite lug. The lugs are surprisingly fine, delicate, and sculpted. For such a large watch, there's no brutality to the individual sculptural forms. And you'll note that the bezel is nicely pared down thanks to that conical bevel that breaks its visual mass. You can see how there are actually two planes to the bezel. There's the conical portion and then there's the vertical portion. It's a handsome transition to a dial that is both traditionally Portuguese and unique to this reference. So it's traditionally Portuguese in that we have stylized Arabic numerals, we have leaf or foy style hands for the hours and the minutes, and there is a traditional railroad track outboard, the better to measure the minutes. You'll also note the sub-seconds at 6 o'clock, all traditional Portuguese, but here we have a regulator dial, and that's the first deviation from convention. We have split hours, minutes, and seconds from top to bottom. We also have 4N rose gold hands as well as quarter Arabic numerals in the hour track at 12 o'clock. It provides a beautiful contrast for a subtle tritone of white, black, and rose or even red gold on the dial. The watch has immense character. The crown, which is pressed down, not screw down, has a slight step to it where it meets the case, so it's easy to dig your nail in underneath to pull the crown out to activate hacking or stop seconds, and to set the watch. Regulator dial's always entertaining when you decide to set the timepiece. The watch also, and this is key for me with a manual winder, It feels and sounds sensational when you wind it manually up to its maximum rated power reserve of 46 hours. Railroad track for hours, railroad track for minutes, railroad track for seconds. You have those 3 separate railroad tracks detailing the dial side, and a beautiful balance with an economy of text. IWC Schaffhausen regulator, nothing else. Rolex, you need to go to town and study this watch. Okay. Simplicity on the dial and complexity on the case back, well, relative complexity. In horological terms, this is a simple movement. An old school pocket watch caliber, this is caliber 98-245. Manually wound, you can see it's almost like a case study in how watchmaking works at the most basic level. The finish is sensational, but the travel is simple. From the crown, the energy is transferred to the crown wheel. The ratchet wheel sits atop the mainspring barrel, and that ratcheting sound you heard earlier was as a result of this click and its incredibly elaborate arcing click spring. It travels through the center wheel, the third wheel, the fourth wheel, finally the escape wheel, which you can see just underneath my finger, and then finally there is the anchor impulsing the balance, and the balance beating back and forth at 18,000 vibration per hour, or 2.5 hertz. It's a big, slow-beating pocket watch movement with a big, slow-beating pocket watch balance. You'll note the vintage-inspired Jones Arrow Index, an oversized fine adjustment mechanism, as well as simulated gold chaton bearing the train jewels, a rich and richly textured Côte de Genève. You can see that it's beautifully made in that one side is very light, and then as it moves toward the next ridge, it darkens and thickens. Nicely executed. It's also perfectly aligned from the primary 3/4 style or pocket watch inspired bridge to the balance cock. The balance cock bearing the only signature of Sincere watch. I'm not sure how close I can get and whether you can see that clearly, but it says SHH 2006 with the Sincere watch logo. Very subtle, almost ghosted onto the balance cock. You also get a good view of that enormous balance. Now people ask, well, isn't a fast beating balance better? It is if it is small. A large balance beating slowly is fine, and this watch is adjusted in a chronometer style 5 positions, so you can either maintain good time with a huge slow beating balance or very small high speed balance. IWC, happily, has decided for the more traditional approach. Now it also features a Breguet overcoil hairspring, so the overcoil architecture, and I'm not sure if you can quite see it, but the hairspring doubles up over itself as it approaches the stud. The overcoil allows concentric beating of the hairspring, so regardless of the position of the watch with respect to gravity, that's what I mean by adjusted in multiple positions, the watch will keep good time. It won't gain or lose excessively thanks to the overcoil architecture. Now I mentioned that the watch does feature hacking or stop seconds, and you'll note just beneath my thumb, if you look, you can actually see the hacking lever moving in and out just past my fingernail. It has an enormous hacking lever, and the entire movement is just that, enormous. It's 37.5 millimeters across, meaning the movement alone in this watch is the size, if not larger, than a conventional 36mm Rolex Datejust watch. So truly epic watchmaking in the finest traditions of Schaffhausen. This is the kind of style you expect of an F.A. Jones era pocket watch, but you get it in an extraordinarily rare and handsome titanium Portuguese regulator. The best of past and present, east and west. You can see this IWC reference 5444-05, one of 50 pieces for 2006, on our website.